Welcome to Money Matters, the podcast that focuses on how to use the money you have, make the money you need, and save the money you want. Now, here is your host, Miss Kim Chapman.
Welcome to a very, very special edition of Money Matters today. This is the 100th episode. Give me a round of applause.
Yay!
So whether this is your first time tuning in or your 100th time tuning in, thank you so much. And for those new followers, hit subscribe because guess what? The best is yet to come. So today I have a special announcement. So yeah, we'll talk about money, but I've got something really, really special that's a long time coming that I want to announce. But before we get to that, I have a returning guest. She was here from the very start, episode number 1, 99 episodes ago.
Yes.
Miss Betty Mahika Milano.
I'm here, baby. I'm here. I'll be here whenever you need me.
So 99 episodes ago, what were we doing?
We were talking about me having a baby.
And how in the world, what does that have to do with money?
Everything, as it turns out, now that I have 2, baby, pockets out, right? The money situation is so important in our lives. It's like the conversation we have every day in raising our kids, in our work, and it's been incredible. Actually, it's been very transformational. In the time of these 100 episodes, my husband and I have undergone our own financial makeover, and it's been really awesome.
And I've actually watched it really unfold. And I think it's just been an incredible journey to have expert after expert come in and sit down and talk about how to use the money you have. Because, right, we all have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how to make the money you need
Mm-hmm.
and save the money you want,
Yep.
right? I think that you can identify with at least one of those concepts. And so that's really what this has been about, being able to make an impact and help people reach those financial concepts, reach those financial goals.
Absolutely. And like in the 100 episodes, it's like there hasn't been like one stone left unturned, in my opinion. And even if you don't do every piece of advice, you know, it's kind of like there's something that's going to speak to everybody. And, you know, some of my personal favorites, obviously, I've been here talking about having a baby. And then once you have the baby, paying for that baby. And then once you got 2 kids, paying for those kids. But then, you know, in addition, like my love of thrifting and how that's factored in for me. But then some of my favorite episodes that I haven't been a part of have been all of the ones about, you know, saving in the kitchen and saving on your house and really be mindful about the way that you live day to day, and how that can really impact your wallet.
Oh, yeah. And what I actually love about this podcast is you're not just going to get tips on budgeting and credit, your standard things. Hey, you're getting married. We're going to help you figure out how to get married based on what your budget is. You know, did you ever buy a car and it was a lemon? We talked about that. I mean, I think we've scratched the surface. Or even, I mean, we're here based out of Louisiana. And what are we famous for besides food? Hurricanes, right? So we've even had a tree expert come in and talk about, is there a more cost-efficient way to get rid of those trees so they're not falling in your yard or falling in your house? And so, yeah, we've definitely covered so many topics. And I think what has been a good constant theme is progress over perfection.
100%. Right? I think that's like the biggest through line of all of this. It's not, you know, you have to do everything all at once. It's just picking and choosing those things you can implement. For example, my dad, he just called me yesterday and he was very hype. He got their home insurance bill reduced by half by just being persistent, staying on the phone, and negotiating with the insurance company. So people are out here doing it every day. And I tell you what, people underestimate how good it feels to save money. I never used to like feel so good about returning things. When I return something now, I feel as though I'm rich again. Even if it's $10, just because of the way I view money is so different than when you started this podcast, which is wild.
And I think another impactful thing is I'll go somewhere and I'll do a presentation and somebody will come up to me after the presentation and say, hey, I listened to your podcast. I didn't know this. And that's really the goal, is to provide that education, because sometimes that little nugget, that little piece of information can really have an impact on somebody's finances.
100%. And as, again, a student at the school of Kim Chapman, I've gotten to absorb it in person for 6 years. But the podcast is the next best thing. I get you to myself, but they get you in the podcast.
And see, and like you said, the school of Kim Chapman, because the point is, it's free education.
Exactly.
It is free, right? The information is priceless, but it is free, and it can really have an impact.
Yeah.
And so I know our listeners are like, okay, so when are you going to get to what the announcement is?
Yeah.
So do you think it's time?
I think it's time. I think it's long overdue, actually. I think you've been working for this for a long time, and it's really exciting. And it's not only exciting because of what it is, but it's also exciting because of who it is.
All right, so let's not tear up and get all emotional.
I know. I feel like I am going to cry.
So if you don't know a lot about my history, I've been at Neighbors, seems like, for forever. As a matter of fact, while we're celebrating our 100th episode, I'll make 20 years. And so this has almost been maybe 20 years in the making. So as you know, I came to you as maybe the financial literacy coordinator, and then I became the
financial wellness director.
But
okay,
now
go off.
We have finally expanded into a full-fledged department. So what does that mean? More opportunities for us to have a greater impact. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to our newest financial counselors at Neighbors Federal Credit Union, Miss Nicole Noah.
Look, come sit. You take your rightful place.
Yes, sit on the throne of money matters. And Miss Sylva Fontenot, come on in and join us.
Yay!
So while it has been a team of one, seems like, for a long time, and maybe you're tired of hearing my voice over the airwaves, but guess what? We're going to have some new voices, some new knowledge, some new expertise joining us. And I am just so excited, because not only is it new opportunities within the four walls of this podcast, but definitely for our listeners to be able to learn more about money, for Blueprint for Financial Success. We now have more opportunities for people to reach out to us, to schedule those appointments, whether it's in person, by phone, or even virtual. So I'll stop, because they've been listening to me for 100 episodes. Nicole, we are so glad to have you as part of the team.
I'm glad to be here.
So tell us, come on, why are you in financial wellness? What drew you to this department?
Okay, so for those that really know me, they know that I am one who loves to help people win in wherever I can. And I had the opportunity to shadow you for a little while and to see the many people that you did help, because I actually saw myself in a lot of these people. And the things that you were able to do, in the way that you lifted these heavy burdens off of their shoulders, I was like, wait a minute. I found somebody that's just like me. She like helping people. And so that's really what drew me to this department.
And just yesterday, Nicole and I were talking, just having a conversation. And I was explaining, we were talking about the 24-hour rule. And Nicole, what did you say?
I said that I actually did the 24-hour rule. My daughter and I guess I'll tell the story. But I told my daughter, because I really don't spend a lot of money, but from time to time I want to do something for myself.
As we should.
So I told my daughter, I said, hey, I want you to think of something. If it's anything that you can have, that you want, that you don't have, let me know. And, if it's not too crazy, we'll get it. Well, for me, it was a $154 bottle of Chanel Mademoiselle perfume.
Yes.
Well, okay.
So I told her one day, and my child, she loves to procrastinate, which helped me out in the long run. But eventually, when I went to her a couple of days later, I was like, hey, you never told me what you wanted. And she was like,
Missed opportunity, Kim.
I don't know what I want. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm still getting that perfume. But then when I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Do I really need it? Because I don't go anywhere. So I'm basically paying $154 to smell good for myself. That
means she's available for appointments. She just said she goes nowhere.
So with that being said, I did not get the $154 bottle, because also my daughter will be graduating high school in 3 months. Well, less than 3 months. So I know we have prom coming up. We have senior night for softball coming up. So that $154 could be well spent somewhere else.
I love it. 24-hour rule in effect. I wasn't even trying to teach that lesson, but I tell you, if you've not been listening along to this podcast, there are so many little lessons that you will pick up. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it over a little bit to Miss Sylva. Welcome, Miss Sylva.
Hi, I'm so glad, to be here. It really wasn't on my radar, but when I saw it now, I'm real new. Been sitting in this position for, this is day 4.
72 hours?
So it's just been like an eye-opener because, I saw like the job description and I'm kind of like these two. I just want to help people. And in my current position, well, first of all, I've been with neighbors. We're going into like our 15th year. And I started like, I was in the branches and stuff. Then I did a little back office. Did some lending, but I saw this and basically it gave me the opportunity to just help, just to take it to another level, because you help people a little bit, telling them this, but this kind of opened the door for me to have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And so basically to have a conversation to help somebody get, to somewhere that they want to be and to know that it's attainable, because listening just for the past 3 days, listening, to Kim has just been like, I'm like, Nicole, an eye-opener for me as well.
You should stop.
Listen, you've opened up
I saw myself, and it was like, well, and when you see yourself, it's easy to help people to see themselves as well. And so I just saw this as an opportunity, to help a little bit, but then you're also helping the community. And when you see you're making a difference, it's like a wow factor.
Making a difference.
Yes.
See, we are so full of surprises today. I told you this was going to be a really good episode. So we're being joined.
Why don't you come grab my seat?
Yes.
Well, if
Right
you insist,
here.
I
Yes.
Well, I heard it's a special episode. I heard it's episode number 100, the century mark.
Yes. So joined by our CEO and president, Mr. Steve Webb. We don't get to have him come by too often, so we're definitely honored to have him stop by for our 100th
let's
episode.
Be serious. I don't get asked to come too often.
Well, there was that game show thing, but
indeed, I do remember that was a great one, indeed. So,
it was.
So what are we chatting about today?
So we are introducing our brand new financial wellness counselors and just what we're expecting next with this podcast and how we want to expand financial wellness and just have a greater impact. So I'm just so excited to have them join the team.
Well, as am I, because we've talked for years that we need to clone Kim.
I think it's decades, but okay.
I hadn't been around that long. Come on, please. And really excited to have you ladies join the team and what the impact we'll have, and not only with our members but our community as well. So it's really why we're here. It's what a credit union's formed to do, is to help make our members' lives better financially. So don't feel the pressure, but y'all got a big task ahead of you. It's gonna be a great day. Glad to have y'all join the team.
Right. We're Hollywood South. I know they're a little, maybe just slightly nervous about being in front of the camera, but I guarantee you by next episode, they may have kicked me out of my chair. So again, we are so glad that you've been with us for these last 99 episodes. If you've enjoyed it, the best is yet to come.
Indeed.
Stay on track with your financial journey. Subscribe to the Money Matters podcast and visit neighborsfcu.org/financial wellness for more tools to help you build a strong financial future.